That Doubletree, you know, they say them whole be at the Doubletree now. They like when they got the Doubletree out that bit for real. 975. What the fuck can I get? Yeah. What's that? Oh shit, my bad, dog. Hey man, you ain't in here jacking off again like the other time when I ran in here, cause folk, I thought you was trying to commit harakiri on your shit, bro. I was like, god damn, man, I'm gonna have to call the people. I'm gonna call the ambulance. Like, hell, my boy trying to commit Seppu Goku Super Saiyan level 10 on it. Wee. Help, you good? Now you know that was just that one down time, bro. Now you know, look, Sharana had broke my damn heart, man. Like she crushed me, dog, and I was sad and I was lonely, and I had to do what the fuck I had to do anyway, man. That don't make no difference. Stop busting in people's room when I knock on the damn door, man. You gonna get shot out here one day doing that fuck shit. Well, excuse me, goddamn. I mean, I ain't think no bro could talk about catching no flight or something, but shit, where you talking about going? Cause this shit sound kinda like it's gonna be popping, man. Your boy might want to catch a little IC with your folk, you feel? Well, since you inquired so intently, my dear friend, I'm booking a one-way ticket. Straight to hell.
Okay, that's cool. Just make sure you pack 2 pairs of gas and draws anyway.
God. Oh, God. Oh, God. I didn't go be in a trap posing with no demons. My boy gonna be on demon time. He gonna be on demon time, Lord. That demon time. Oh, God. That demon. Oh shit, what was he saying? Fuck that shit, love that chicken. Gangland. Hey, what them gangs do, what the business is, you already know. It's your country can folks. Shout out K-I-N-G the King with the gangs and all that good like that there, little buddy. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to Gangland, Flameland. Cause you know, it's about to get a little hot in her. Whoa, Nelly. And god damn it, the big doom may make it back on the scene, little buddy. The sequel to the gory killing, super duper chainsaw thrilling. Demon on 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 demon. Alright, my bad. I'ma chill. But yeah, man, this is one of the 2020 releases that fans of the original rebirth of Doom, your boy Shouty included, that dropped in 2016. We've been waiting on. Now for the square-ass gamers in the back that didn't partake in the sticky, icky goodness that was Doom 2016, I'ma just say that you missed out on a sloppy sweet treat of gamer perfection for real. Unexpected graphical greatness. Check. First-person shooter gameplay and controls tighter than that first blunt you rolled in middle school or junior high for you fancy motherfuckers in the back. I see you. Check. Unmatched vibes and an atmosphere that truly set the tone for who and what the Doom guy truly stood for. Check. Like all facts, no fiction, bro. You could really put Doom 16 up as an example for a masterclass on current gen game design, and not too many games could fault you for saying that shit. So why didn't Doom Eternal get that same amount of love, baby? I mean, it's not like it's a bad game, just more like id Software and Bethesda hit that sophomore slump yet again, just like they did with goddamn Wolfenstein and Colossus. Anyway, I'm gonna let you know all about it. Don't you worry. Right after I roll this Gibblelicious G-Roll, you know, you get it. Giblet, G-Roll. Alright, man, fuck y'all too. Go ahead and bust that goddamn G-Roll. Alright, so what is the scenario? What is the backstory of Doom Eternal? Well, man, that is part of the goddamn problem. It's too much story in this game. But I know you still want to hear about it, so here it goes. For sure though, we know from the first game that the Doom guy beat back the forces of hell at a couple of key locations, including hell. Takes out a couple of folks interested in trading the earth and the human race for access to an unlimited source of hell power called Argent Energy. And he almost thwarted his nemesis, Dr. Samuel Hayden ass Hayden, who's kind of like a cross between Donald Trump and swole neck Jeff Bezos. Now I say almost because my boy Doom guy got teleported to somewhere as we currently do not know where, but the fandom assumes that we'll get that information in some DLC. Regardless though, in the sequel, Doom guy shows up in a brand new draped up and dripped out space fortress just in the nick of time to be late for Hell's invasion of Earth, of course. Yep, your first missions will send you into a hell-raised Earth and then to far-off medieval-themed planets in a galaxy far, far away. A slightly different backdrop in comparison to the first game's gore-filled space stations and dusty Mars, planet-side death runs. But I gotta admit, and I put this on God, hallelujah, or at least on the devil, I really enjoyed the environments from the first game a whole hell of a lot more. It was like the sense of place, the feeling of being in these cramped sci-fi locations filled with demons trying to clap my cheeks at every turn. There was just this grounded, intense, true reimagining of the OG Doom source material that just felt right. And I just did not get that from Doom Eternal. From the first level that takes place in a major city ravaged by hell, something just felt off, inauthentic, cartoonish even. Like no cap, hearing about the demonic invasion of Earth in preview press material had me slobbing out my gob like your girl when she treat your now like it's some corn on the cob. I was leaking, dripping, soaking wet. No homo. Fuck you. I fuck with y'all. But what I got instead was something kind of lackluster. Now, you remember when I said that Doom 16 had this incredible oppressive atmosphere? Yeah, ain't none of that vibe in this game at all. Like from front to back, this shit felt more like Doom the animated series rather than a Doom 16 sequel. And this also applies to the story. Now, it's gonna sound kind of funny as hell because even though I keep talking about the story of Doom, I could really give a fuck about the story of Doom. But I'd be damned if this game didn't try to make me give a fuck anyway. Omega Law, and that what the kids say, Omega Law on Twitch and shit. Omega Law. The writers of this game for some reason chose to load up every fucking aspect of the Doom universe in this one game. And I mean nobody. That's for all that BDE. What? Big Doom Energy. Man, y'all nasty. Like in all sincerity though, what made Doom 16 pop wasn't no damn story. It was the vibes. That game made you feel like a badass hero that was so badass at times you almost felt like the villain for real. Now a lot of the first game had a strong visual narrative where you got the idea of who Doom Guy was through his actions. Now, most of the dialogue that was there was a true definition of a means to an end, but due to the mastercraft of the animations, you learned everything you would ever need to know about the Doomiverse. And what you needed to know was absolutely nothing other than the fact that the Doom Guy hates demons, wants to kill demons, and nobody and nothing will get in the way of his desire to do such things. It was sublime. Mwah. Bravissimo. Unfortunately, in contrast, Doom Eternal's Doom Guy felt like a big ass softy, bro. Like my guy's so careful in his actions that he actually made me think that he wants to save the universe. And everybody know Doom Guy don't give no fuck about no universe. I gotta say, I don't like the man you have become, Doom Guy. I really don't. Now, I will say that I did enjoy the explanation of how Doom Guy became the Doom Slayer. And would have greatly appreciated more in-game content featuring that plotline, but say la vie. Now the fact that the story tries to give me the origin of the Doom universe is cool. I mean, I guess it's cool in theory, but the execution is so off-brand from the tone that Doom 16 set that you really kind of feel like it's amateurish, like some, on some baby bitch status. Now most of the cutscenes feel forced, are still just mostly a means to an end, and while the rest of the world building and the backstory is left to the nastiest current gen gaming convention next to DLC, goddamn stinking ass codexes, which are fine in moderation, but Doom Eternal kind of goes off the fucking deep end. There was so much damn potential to dive into the more savage aspects that Doom 16 brought to the table, but sadly they kind of went in this Doom is for everybody direction, and it really made the narrative a big letdown, at least for this fan of the series. And I guess that's the Doom Eternal story in a nutshell. Dang. Alright, my G, now I know your boy been kind of shitting on the old Doom Eternals, but this ain't gonna be a straight drag session, don't worry. As one more again, it delivers a nice graphical showcase in a crazy well optimized package. Now, I don't know what kind of magical dust these folks been sprinkling on this old EdTech engine, but me, oh my, is it ever still sick, smooth like a freshly waxed ball to equal cacao that doesn't break a sweat no matter how thick the action gets. I can't speak to the consoles, but with a 2080 Ti, I was pushing 1440p, 120 Ultra, everything with no fuss given, and I could assume I could have pushed 4K 60 with no problems as well, but you know, high refresh rate gang in the building, bitch. For real though, just like the last game, hell, even more so, the performance and the presentation is still a top-notch package. The first time seeing the Space Fortress and all this chunky goodness will probably put a smile on your face the first time you touch down planet side and get to chunking up them demons, but that'll help you get in touch with your promised side in quick fashion. Speaking of chunks, by the way, these demons get fucked up real nice. Busting at them imps and them soldiers and watching their flesh disintegrate is still quite satisfying. You know, Hell Knights and the Cacao Demons, or whatever the fuck they call, were also a favorite of mine to send shots at, simply because watching their skin dissolve and bleed to reveal their juicy, demonic guts made Shouty a very, very happy boy. And really, every enemy in the game has plenty of damage model representation to communicate just how much work you putting in. Now, the animation is solid too, nothing amazing, but you still will be creeped out by the demonic horde's presence, and most definitely, it still fuck them arachnotrons skittering around all over the level with they spider legs and shit. Fuck them big brain bats. But you know, the art direction, it still hits all the right notes, and outside of some of the map design choices and maybe a color palette that's a little too bright for your boy taste, everything stays on code with the Doom franchise, no doubt. Now, another major smart design choice graphically and functionally, as I slide into some of the gameplay commentary, if you don't mind, is a new weak point mechanic. Most of the enemies in Doom Eternal have specific weak points on their bodies that you can, you know, attack to mitigate some of their more potent abilities. Now, it's not an easy mode button, but it's a cool and engaging way to change how you prioritize each firefight, and hopefully you do that towards your fight. And prioritize you must. If you want to make it through Doom Eternal on everything I love, way more than I recall from Doom 16, you really need to be prepared to think on your feet. Just like the first game, the mechanic of, you know, putting your enemy in a stun state to perform a melee gory kill to get some health back, or managing your chainsaw fuel for an insta kill that'll see you, you know, stacking up some of them precious ammo reserves, it's all still here. Now, new to the series though is the shoulder mounted flame belcher that gives the player a way to get back some precious armor on good old Doom guy. Now, outside of finding pickups on the map and a screen clearing blood punch, which is basically a super punch ability that builds over time, that's pretty much what's new to the arsenal. Now, you also have your choice of 2 grenade types, 2 arc fire modes on each weapon, an upgrade system for each weapon, an upgrade system for Doom guy, and an active/passive ability unlock system that adds some permutations for the aforementioned weapons and abilities. Like, goddamn, the back end of this game is kind of back the fuck up. And that's the issue that I took with this game, is just the sheer amount of mechanical additions. Like, I can't be mad for the devs wanting to add some meat to their systems to keep the action kind of fresh, but fuck buddy, do they ever give you a lot of chainsaws to juggle all at once? No pun intended. Now, for a game that's so action focused, I gotta admit, in some ways they added too many ingredients to this nice little jumbo gumbo. Now, I can admit, dealing with all the various enemy types all at once is already taxing enough, but when you add in trying to remember what weapon you should be using and how much ammo you got left and what grenades you have available and where the life-saving pickups, the double jump and the pole swinging, and not forgetting to set enemies on fire or freezing them, and trying to prioritize you know, who should be feeling the Doom Slayer's wrath and dying first, it sort of takes some of the enjoyment away from the great formula that, you know, is the kinetic momentum of the action that's on offer. And I feel bad for you folks playing on controller, because I can't even imagine, because my keyboard and mouse layout was fucking wild. I mean, personally, it just felt like I had to think too much in some of the combat situations, especially those hard as fuck secret challenge rooms, you know, rather than just going by instinct in the way I did for most of the first game. Now, you will eventually have no choice but to acclimate to the new bullshit, but I can admit that, you know, once you give in to the new additions and commit it all to your skill set, it felt really good when everything clicks. Now, I'd be a goddamn lie if I said I adopted all these new features with an open heart. You know, like, don't get me wrong, it all works. The new mobility options will put you into a flow state like you can't imagine. You'll almost lose, you know, your sense of the real world when the combat kicks up, until you run into the sometimes pissy level design and kind of iffy, wishy-washy enemy mix. Once again, it's not bad per se, but there are occasions where the game just does a little too much, like you're doing too much, big daddy. Small combat arenas plus too many demons big and small will put you in scenarios where you will be like, fuck this game. There were too many times where I was trying to focus on specific groups of enemies, you know, trying to plot my armor and health and ammo, while also, you know, trying to move to get the best angle of attack, only to be physically stuck between a horde of small enemies doing damage to my front and like one to a tree
big ass enemy tearing that ass up from the back. Now, of course, I would die and I would have to start over a 10-minute encounter from scratch, which had me all F4 in the game a couple of times, which had me on some why am I doing this to myself type of shit. But thankfully, the game's levels do open up more in the later stages, giving your boy some breathing room. Plus, if you focus on getting the right upgrades throughout your playthrough, big pro tip, get them goddamn ammo capacity upgrades first. Trust me, the overall experience does, you know, hit a good even tempo that I really enjoy. Except the last boss fight, which was kind of ass and too drawn out for my taste. But you know, you win some, you lose some, and you live, you know, to fight another day. But for real, that shit was cheap. And oh, before I forget, I did not touch the multiplayer one bit, because when I played Doom, I ain't on that type of time, motherfucker. So yeah, you know, you take that for what you will. Alright, so let's get into the overall. The pros, the graphics, they're great, and the performance of the EdTech engine is even better. I can't wait to see what they do for the next gen. It's gonna be great. The gameplay still as tight and as right as ever. Glad they didn't fuck that one up. Now the weapons and their mods are all great and have good use cases, even though once I found the ones that I liked, I really changed them shits out. And it's still the Doom we kinda know and love. I mean, they kept that same energy where it counts, and I can't be mad at it. Now let's go ahead and roll on over to them cons now. What the fuck is up with all this story and the fact that I had to read the equivalent of a short novel to get it? Nah, fam, y'all know that ain't right. We're here for the action, Jackson satisfaction, not none of that extra bullshit. I gotta say, y'all doing too much with all the additional mechanics. Now, I can appreciate you trying to, you know, flesh out some of the gameplay, but everything in moderation. The level design leaves a bit to be desired. It's like they had to struggle with trying to keep up with the linear vibes of the OG Doom while also expanding out into the more sandbox-like levels. And I gotta say, it's really hit or miss. And I could have done without the Space Fortress Hub level 2, but it doesn't hurt the experience as much as it just sometimes feels unnecessary. It's like too much of a break in the action that, you know, really is about, you know, just getting in there, getting in there, getting in there, just getting them gut, bitch. All told though, and probably in contrast to this review, I enjoyed my time with Doom Eternal. And if you were a fan of Doom 2016, I'm sure you will too, my guy or my gal. But that Doom 2016 just had me gunning all summer 16, all summer 16. It just hit different. And whenever they decide to drop the next one, hopefully they reclaim some of that soul they lost in the sequel. But you know what, it hit just right, just the way you want it to. Hitting that like button, dropping a comment or two in the comment section, busting that subscribe button if you fuck with your boy, and of course sharing my shit, because it's the best way to help the little Kangland grow into a beautiful kingdom of just glorious opulence and greatness and all that good shit. Anyway, I gotta go, but you know my motto: games, tech, success, the fuck as you need, and I'm out here. Kangland.